Professor Berkowitz, I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to my future dreams and aspirations. First of all, I am attracted to the idea of becoming a restaurateur because it is in my blood. My father was an entrepreneur for many years before retiring his dreams to work for someone else. My brother owned a restaurant, and because of the quality of the service he provided and the passion he possessed, the restaurant was a tremendous success. The issue he faced, however, was that he did not have a formal business plan. He was not very business savvy, and so there was an issue in the end with his partner. The business I plan to embark on is a business in which I will establish a restaurant that will rival all others. The concept is a threefold establishment in which we will have a take-in dining area, a take-out restaurant, and a product entity. We want people to have access to the things that we serve in the restaurant. So the best thing to do is to teach them how to make them at home. And we will not give them, however, all of our secrets, but we will allow them to at least be able to try stuff at home and make it themselves if they need to. The element I would really like to exploit about this idea is most Jamaican restaurants are very unorganized. They do not operate in a way where they consistently do things. So I want to change that concept. And their dining experience usually is very blasé. It is not very formal or elegant. And most of the restaurants are cafe styled restaurant. So I would like to add a little sophistication, elegance to the dining experience of the Jamaican or Caribbean restaurants. Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, I do believe that I can bring that concept to fruition. I want to be an attraction for tourists, celebrities, and the like. I want to be better than Bahama Breeze and more entertaining than your average sports bar. But I also want to keep my ambience appealing and inviting. I want people to I want to create a mouth-watering taste for Jamaican or Caribbean cuisine with a little dash of American flavor. Second, the reason I am committed to bringing this idea to fruition is that my brother was in the prime of his life when he lost his business. I'm sorry. He was in the prime of his business when he lost his life to cancer. I ran the restaurant for him for a while, and his partner came in and confiscated it from our family. While we were hurt behind it, we moved on. And now I would just like to create something for ourselves, for our family. We were well liked by the community. People always asked after my brother died why we did not keep it going, but it was hard to explain to them that, his partner had stepped in and taken it over. The unmet demand my restaurant will satisfy is a successful Caribbean establishment that is able to cater to a more sophisticated group of people. One of the most tragic things about many island restaurants is that they don't have a crossover appeal. This is definitely an unmet demand. I am reminded of a soul food restaurant in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where this is being done. The patrons are very diverse people, and they enjoy the food and ambience because the place is unique and classy. My barriers to entry are my inexperience and authenticity. I will overcome the barrier of my inexperience by connecting with individuals who are more experienced and who knows the business inside out. I will do my research. Therefore, I will have the right people to mentor me. The other another barrier would be the authenticity. I plan to import authentic products from the island. I have connection there, and that will make it easy to get what I need. In addition, I will research to see where I can get the most fresh and also the most fresh ingredients and also a very reliable supply of meats and poultry. Another barrier that I see is price of the items. I do not want to overprice my menu. I want my entrees to stay within the $6 to $12 range. Well, excuse me, but on average, the average cost in North Carolina is $6 to $12. However, I would like my entrees to be just a little higher because I want to make sure that I stay competitive. At the same time, I don't want to overprice. The feedback that I got or received from my peers was helpful in that they provided me with ideas on how to secure patrons and how to get more startup capital. One of the most useful suggestions was soliciting celebrity clients and inviting them to come and socialize with people while having them present their genre of entertainment. Another very useful tip from my peers was consistency in taste and portions. One of my peers talked about his experience with a local restaurant in which the proprietors offered meager portions of salmon, which was definitely a turnoff for him. The concept of my idea that can be tweaked is the ambience and decor so that it is more reflective of the islands. I was planning on using my brother's name, or I am planning on using my brother's name for the restaurant. And my peer also suggested that that's a great idea to capitalize on that. As I thought about this whole idea of my brother's name being used, I thought about one of his most famous dishes, the Jamaican jerk chicken. He had a nice way of putting the flavors together for that. And so many people patronized us because he was a master of that. Before he passed on, he did teach me what ingredients, or showed me what ingredients he used. And so some of the ingredients do differ from the way other Jamaicans and Caribbean people make that particular dish. So we will capitalize on that. My peers pointed out that since my establishment is elegant, and that is the goal, and upscale, then I would need to separate the product part of it from the products from in the dine-in restaurant, the products and takeout part from the dine-in restaurant, because that would definitely cramp the style that I'm trying to establish here. I hope that this video was informative, and I hope that you will glean from it the ideas that I'm trying to bring to fruition. And I thank you again for your time and consideration.